started?
It's time, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Well, we'd like to welcome everybody here tonight. God gave us a mighty pretty day today, but it looked like when I came in there was some thunderstorm. So he might think we need a little bit of rain. That'd be okay too, won't it? So glad to be here, council. Good to see all y'all. And it's a pleasure to be alive. We're going to start out with the, I'll call the meeting to order. And I'm going to step down front because we're going to do a presentation of the proclamation for the Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and we have two of our friends here. And if y'all will step up, and I'll try to read this without my reading glasses. It'll make it fun.
Mayor, do you need to borrow some glasses? Here, you're welcome. Here, you want to try those?
Yeah,
They might help. I can't see without them. I know that. Will that help?
that's the workout program.
There you
Build muscle.
go. No, I can't see.
Y'all come on up front. We want to make sure we can tell on TV real good.
Now, Natasha, you gonna take a picture? Tell me when you take a picture, I'll take these off. I can guarantee you she looks a lot better than I do. So you want me to read this and I'll take it. Proclamation of the Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Whereas Alzheimer's disease is a progressive degenerative disease of the brain, causing deterioration in memory and thinking as well as judgment and reasoning ability. It also affects behavior, emotions, and the ability to perform self-care. And whereas the Alzheimer's Association is the world's leading voluntary health organization in Alzheimer's care, support, and research from more than 5 million Americans living with Alzheimer's in the United States and the people who care for them. And whereas the month of September has been chosen in recognition of the individuals, families, friends, and caregivers dealing with the devastating effects of Alzheimer's disease. The researchers who are seeking the cause or causes and cure, and the educational programs and support services provided by the Alzheimer's Association. Now therefore, be it resolved that I, Jamie Cater, Mayor of the City of Tifton, hereby proclaim September 2015 is Alzheimer's Disease Month. So go purple, and I want to apologize. I get a little choked up. Because I think that Alzheimer's is one of the worst diseases that's ever been put on this earth. And you know, it affects the person that has it, but it so much affects all the family and friends. So sorry I was choked up, but this is important. I do hope and I pray that one day that we'll find a cure for this, that we'll be able to slow it down. I know there's been a lot of headway. And that we just need to keep plugging at it. We need to support these folks work so hard. I've watched them. I see them. I know them. And they've worked so hard, diligently, all across America, all across the world, actually. But just want to thank you all for this.
Jim, let me say too that we appreciate what you have done, what the city of Tifton has done. When I moved the office over here several years ago, you know, the friendly city is what they call it, and didn't know the reason why. I mean, they just picked the name out of the air, something that sounded good. But when I got over here, moved the office over here, it has been nothing but great things happening. And this man right here stood behind us from day one, and anything that we asked for in reason, we get it. So, you know, without the support of Tifton, it would never happen. And Jamie, we do appreciate what you guys did.
Well, thank you. Of course, I can't do anything for these people right here.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And since it showed that just in Tift County alone, Tift County, close to 800 to 1,000 people in our own community are living with some form of dementia or Alzheimer's. It's more probably close to 1,800 because there's people out there who will not go to the doctor and get that diagnosis. So we're working with families every single day right here in our community. So thank you for your support and awareness.
Thank you. Those are all.
Okay.
Who gets this?
It don't matter to you.
I'll find a nice frame. I'm not trusting to dig out the frame.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You got it? We're good?
big loss.
You can't get them all glasses, so
From time to time, we have, an occasion to recognize people. As I was traveling around the community this month, and part of last month, I was asked by several people if they could make a special recognition. And we had 3 people tonight that want to make special recognitions. And so, Julie, if you'll come down and join us.
can't have your glasses.
Okay.
That's you gotta read something, not to get the glasses.
I'm kind of out of order, but somebody switched the agenda on me. But, Julie would have received some kind of information from somebody in the community, and I'll sit down and shut up and let her talk.
Yes, yes. Our city employees work so hard, and a lot of the times, what they do is sort of thankless. We just take for granted that they're here, and when you call and need something, it gets taken care of. But every now and then, someone goes above and beyond the call of duty. And when we receive a call as a council member that says, I just want to let you know that this employee has done something incredible, it makes all of us look good. So I would like to introduce my friend Jared Ross. Jared is going to tell you the story about a situation he had, and you'll understand why this.
No, please come down.
Come in. You'll understand at the end of this story why this recognition is so important. Jared?
Well, basically, first off, I'd like to thank y'all for letting me just come up here and share an experience that I've had this past month. I own a small apartment building over on Main Street, and earlier this month, we had some pretty significant plumbing issues, and my plumber eventually figured out that the only way that we would be able to physically solve the problem is to have a new tap on the sewer installed by the city. So the only problem was that we figured this out about 3:30 on a Friday afternoon. This was also the week before school started, and so when I went out to the complex to see about getting that, obviously they had a lot of things on the calendar to get done before school started, and there were just things that, which I was told, could not be moved, and that it would really probably be a miracle if I could get the work done before Tuesday. And so, which was fine with me because, you know, I mean, I was at the last minute, you know, coming in, just seeing as soon as I could get it done. Well, Ms. Donna Pate really went above and beyond for me, and as I think she would do for anybody. She was the one that told me that it really, you know, couldn't be before Tuesday that she saw that they could get it done, but that she would do everything that she could. And before I left her office, she was actually on the phone trying to get a hold of people to see, you know, when maybe that we could get this work done. You know, there were 3 families in this apartment building that were without any kind of sewer, and if we hadn't been able to get it done until Tuesday or Wednesday, and that's what it had to be, but that would have meant that those families would have had to go without any kind of sewer service for that long. So, long story short, a crew against all odds was out there that afternoon and completed the work. And not only that, but they actually called my plumber to meet them over there so that he could address the issues that we had that we thought would be solved by the sewer tap. So it just really impressed me with the customer service that I got. And not only that, on Monday morning, she called me at, I believe about 8:30 to let me know that everything had gone as planned, and that, you know, the work had been completed, and that to call her if we had any more problems. And to me, I just felt like that all of us on a Friday afternoon, you know, you're winding down your work week, you're ready to go home, and I'm sure all of these people were, but she and the whole team out there really came together and saved me a whole lot of trouble over the weekend.
They did, and we were very proud we could do it. And I'm going to tell you, when I called the gentleman, I said, look, I said, said, I know you got that, job schedule for Monday. I said, this house has 4 apartments and these folks are really bad. He said, well, let me go check it, and then he called me back. I sat there at the office and waited until he called me back. And he said, we're gonna do it tonight. Call me in some emergency locates. So Brent Danforth and Tony Clark and the whole C&D crew, along with Scott Murphy, was out there. Not only that, the bottom fell out. There was lightning. They couldn't get the locators up here from Valdosta because they thought it was Friday afternoon. So they sat there and they wouldn't dig till they got all the lines marked. So I called and kept checking on them. So yes, they will do that. That's what I told you. If there was anything they could possibly do, they would do it. And I was very proud of those boys. And they worked hard and they were all soaking wet and muddy, but they got a good job done. You have an awesome plumber. He always comes out with us.
And I just can't tell you how much it means to me
Well, I appreciate it.
that I was able, or that y'all were able to get that done for those people that live there and that
Yes,
they have to go that long without service.
We couldn't have anybody go that long without service if there was anything that we could possibly do. So-
Let's get going.
Boys did the work. I just.
You're a coordinator, baby.
That's
You
all,
got it.
that's
So
what
thank
I
you.
So, thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Miss Lois Love.
Good afternoon. I would just like to take this opportunity to give special recognition for 2 of the employees in my department who have received certification awards by continuing to pursue their educational activities to enhance and support their work performance. One of them is Megan Lightfoot. She was not able to be with us this afternoon because she has 4-year-old twins that are involved in activities after work, and it's hard for her to be here after 5. But I do want to recognize her. Megan is to be applauded for completing and receiving certification for the Department of Justice course required as part of the policies and procedures submitted to the U.S. Department of Justice. And the policies and procedures to be approved is on the agenda tonight. She has also been very instrumental in assisting with annual audits since she's been here over her 2 years with the city. Her willingness to fill in where needed and accomplish required tasks during times of staff turnover has just been tremendous, and it's very much appreciated. Her devotion to work and team members is to be highly praised because she also assists with training and other duties within the office. We're in finance and kind of, the last end of where everything hits, and but staff does lots of good work. And the second person I would like to recognize is Karen Sanders. Everybody knows Karen. She's wonderful. She's not right-hand person. She's been with the city 20 years. She has seen many changes in her tenure. And Karen is to be commended for completion of the UGA Level 1 financial course, and receiving certification is to be tremendously respected. She also recently completed her internal controls class for the Level 2 certificate, and she scored 100 on the test. So she's really to be applauded for that. In addition to the time required, to complete this course, these courses and this education, she's usually the first one in and one of the first ones to leave every day. And she's continually working extra hours to complete the task that needs to be done. She has worked a tremendous amount of extra hours and continues to work diligently to accomplish required tasks. She's a great asset to our staff, and I would like to recognize her work ethics, loyalty, and thank her for her support of management. you know, these tokens, these certificates is just a small token of our appreciation. And just want her to be recognized and congratulated on her hard work with the city.
Well, I think you meant to say she was first one to the end of the last.
Oh,
She's the last one, first one down.
And last but not least, Mr. Bubba Harrison.
Mr. Mayor, I'm glad that thing is big, you and I stand beside. I'll make it a small. I made a comment to the city manager some weeks ago about how much I was impressed by the work of our police department. I know we're so quick to criticize and so slow to applaud. I was involved in a very minor hit-run accident where the other person left. I called 911. Officer, if I call them officers when they're patrolling, whatever, you know what I mean. Ryder responded, called the vehicle, pulled me over at the same time. They're very professional. He came as the backup to it. Officer Gann came by, saw me there, checked on me. And Officer Connell came and did the paperwork. I could not have asked for better treatment. You guys get beat up all the time, but your officers were well dressed, properly equipped. Could not have been kinder to any of the people involved in it. Very professional. And I just wanted to come tell you that. Now, I've got three raves, that's one of them. The other one is thank you, council, for the banners that said welcome back to APAS. And you, whoever did it, thank you. There's one, if you don't know, there's one on 2nd Street, right there at the interstate. And there's one downtown on Main Street that says welcome back to APAS. But thank you for this.
Well, yeah, but y'all did it. I didn't do anything in the mission. So, we fulfilled the commitment we made to, Dr. Bridges at ABAC when we had our meeting out there.
That's right.
It looks great. And I don't know how long they stay, but we can put them up and put them back up next time, keep doing it till we wear them out. And the third, yeah, that. And the third rating I have, and I don't see him over here, I had a pleasant experience with code enforcement. And probably nobody's ever said that before. Houston called me about a little deal and asked me if I could take care of it. And I said, sure, and I did. I called him back to tell him, and he said, thank you, and I did it. It was done, like Dan said, the Friendly City way. We can put Friendly City back on our logo, but now we're getting friendly. That's it, that's all. I don't have a... Okay, you can have the show back now, boss.
We want to thank each of you that spoke and gave those kind words. And we as a mayor and council, we do recognize the good people that we have and the good management we have. And it's all under Larry. And, you know, usually the bottom shines for the top and vice versa. So it's good to hear these good positive things. Because there is enough bad stuff said, Bubba, you're exactly right. There's enough innuendos and everything else, but thank you. Thank all of you for coming up and speaking. Appreciate you. Next item, well, let's see, do we have any? No, we don't, okay. The proposal to purchase the landfill compactor, Ricky?
You should have a packet before you there for the purchase of the landfill compactor for the Tippecanoe County landfill. We sent out 5 proposals. We had 4 returned with all meeting specs. And this equipment will be purchased through the GMA lease pool with funds coming from the capital improvement program. The approved budget amount of this purchase was $700,000. And this machine will be replacing our present equipment there with a 2010 Bomag compactor. And this proposal also further includes the provision of a 5-year buyback of the machine, yielding a total capital cost for that time period to allow us, more accurate budget projections and cost control. Also, it includes a 5-year, 7,500-hour buyback, 7,500-hour bumper-to-bumper warranty, and also a preventive maintenance contract, 5 years, 7,500 hours. All right, on one here, you see on executive, on your exhibit B, that we have our companies listed there with Flint, total 5-year cost $440,000, Yancey 504,884, Tractor Equipment 546,325, and Humdinger Equipment 683,125. The staff recommends awarding this proposal to Yancey Company for the $683,000, the net year buyback of net year cost of $504,884. We do know that this is not our lowest proposal, but as you see some reasons listed there, this machine is a little heavier than the one next bid under. Service calls are within usually 24 hours of the Yancey, their service. The accessibility of parts with them, minimum downtime. This piece of equipment is also equipped with a 360-degree viewing area for safety reasons on the landfill. It carries a better cleat formation, we think, for our slopes, and the maneuverability when the machine goes down. That means a lot getting the is there once the machine is down. And also, it's just an excellent past experience we've had with CAT. We've had CAT prior to this piece of equipment, and we just feel like their equipment and services outshine. And that's a better investment for the city.
Any questions?
Mayor, I have a question. Ricky, the buybacks, are those guaranteed buybacks or?
Yes, they are guaranteed. It's in the proposal.
Mhm.
They have basically a contract stating that they will give us that amount of money at the end of 5 years.
And that's the largest buyback too, that of all of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. I'm gonna veer between 4 and 5 here. And I know that at these workshops, we don't have citizen input, but I know for a fact, from time to time, we have agreed that if someone wanted to speak, they would. And I saw 2 people, actually friends of ours, Tommy Lamb and Mike Jones, sign in. I thought I saw them signing something back there. Maybe I didn't. Julie said she thought you might have signed something.
These are all the, these are all contact people.
Okay. All right, so y'all didn't sign it. Did y'all want to speak? Either one of you? Okay, okay. Well, I was going to let you, if the council agreed with that, we were going to allow you to do that. All right, so we'll move on to item number 5, the discussion of the Department of Justice submittal for accounting policies and procedures. Ms. Lois?
Mayor and council, before you is a resolution to adopt the following revised AU accounting policies and procedures. There's several of them. The accounting policy manual, purchasing, fixed asset, internal controls, journal entry, account reconciliation, year-end accrual and adjustment period review, and closing policies and procedures is what we're asking you to adopt the resolution today approving these. These would be approved for the city of Chilton's management and all city departments with financial responsibilities as stated in each of the policies and procedure manuals. As you're aware, or as you are aware, in FY13 audit, which was completed in October of 14, it included a single audit with an accompanying schedule of expenditures of federal awards, including federal grant activity of the city of Tifton. This information was presented in accordance with the OMB Circular A133, and which is the audits of states, local governments, and nonprofit organizations. That audit reported 6 findings, and of those 6, 5 were questioned by the Department of Justice. And we received notice November the 25th, asking for a corrective action plan. We provided that corrective action plan based on the action plan that we had submitted to our external auditors and the state, which was accepted. On May 15th and 15th, well, on December 3rd, we submitted that corrective action plan, and on May the 15th of this year, we received another notice from DOJ asking for detailed policies and procedures, and that what we had submitted was not sufficient. So we responded, stating that we were in the process of formulating policies and procedures, written policies and procedures. Even though we had put them in practice, we had not actually formalized those policies and procedures. And that no time frame was mentioned at that time. And we submitted a response back to them. And then it was June the 18th, the 2nd, which I did not receive until June the 11th, that I received another notice warning those policies and procedures within 30 days. At that point in time, I contacted DOJ and talked to Mrs. Taylor, and she understood the situation and extended us a 30-day extension on the requirement. And she also gave us the name of a person that works with her in the office that could assist us if it was needed, and could also review our draft policies and procedures to make sure we had included the specific language that they were looking for. So we submitted to, his name was Mr. Gonchi, and we submitted to him on July the 23rd the draft policies and procedures. We went back and forth with him on some language specific changes, and on August the 12th, I think it was the 3rd review, he had minor changes. There weren't too many changes that he made, but he did make some specific language changes. He actually gave us the go-ahead and approved what we had submitted. And that's what you have before you today. As part of that requirement was the certification of completion of a 2-day extensive course that Megan Blackfoot completed, and we have to submit that certification back to them along with policies and procedures. The other requirement is that this be distributed to all departments that are in regards to that has financial dealings with any type of grants, and have written documentation that has been done, and submit that back to them with the package by August 31st. So I am asking for your approval of the resolution and these policies and procedures. I will say at this point that all policies and procedures are adjusted periodically, and we will continue to revise and adjust and bring them into compliance and a better way of handling and expediting our work. So, and hopefully, once the departments and everyone reviews them, they can provide input and they can be adjusted and corrected and updated as we go along. But at least if this will satisfy DOJ, and we can continue to keep them updated from in the future. So that's our plan anyway. Do you have any questions?
See, when you have no questions, that means you did a splendid job. Or either you baffled us all. So I think you did a splendid job. Thank you, Lois. Appreciate you. This next item, number 6, just made my heart skip a beat. I looked on here and it says something about slum and blight area. And I was afraid you were after my house that I live in. So I was glad I went ahead and read the whole thing. It's a resolution declaring property slum, blight, and that's on Commerce Way. And,
that's great. In your packet, the tax parcels on there, but just for clarification, is the Davis Music Building on Commerce Way, the building adjacent to it, and then the building adjacent to that, which is on by another property owner. These buildings are in a sad state of repair at this time, and the resolution is basically, the application of a CDBG redevelopment fund grant, $300,000 maximum, and can be used for the purchase of these buildings as well as demolition of the buildings and basically to clean up the entire area down there. So we're requesting that council approve the resolution for the CDBG revolving fund grant.
If I may, I've been through the Davis building, and it's ready to fall. I mean, there needs to be something, well, yeah. And the other building is Jack's, and it's not in much better shape, but it would be nice to try to work something out here.
Is there a plan yet for the parking that will go there? A design plan or anything? Has that been done yet? Okay.
There's the engineering report's been done on the buildings, but as far as the actual design, I don't recall one.
I know there's, isn't Commerce Way slated for some grant money, DOT grant money, downtown improvement? Is that gonna, will that all sort of coordinate together timing-wise, maybe?
It potentially has potential to do that.
Okay.
It's a T-phase 3,
Right.
1 and 2's been completed, and then the second is going to run ways up one. I think most of them have seen plans for that, which is going to be a huge improvement down there. But then the T-phase 3 will come from Commerce Way and go from 82 basically down. It's a big area. It goes, starts at Elm Street on South Main. It comes over and comes down Commerce Way, and there's some First Street as well is included in that. But yes, that's all. It may be a long area together.
It'd be nice if that could all coordinate together. Yeah.
Any questions on line 6? Surplus property bids, you may recall, surplus several parcels of land at the city of Tifton owns. In this particular sequence of events that we've handled, there were 5 properties that we put out for bid. One of them actually one of the bids actually came in above the appraisal value, which was the 816 Love Avenue. Staff was recommended that we approve the bid for the 816 Love Avenue property in the amount of $50,000. The appraised value on that property was $10,000, so that was a good thing. The other 4 that you have before you, unfortunately, came in well below the appraised value. And 811 North Central was $68,000 appraised value, and the highest bid we received on that was $35,000. South Central vacant lot appraised at $15,500. The highest bid we received on that was $501. The 1.4 acres on Golden Road, which was where the old Humane Society was, the appraised value was $10,500. The highest bid we received on that was $1,500. And then on the 2.06 acres, which is adjacent to that, we didn't receive any bids. So staff's recommending we reject all the bids except for the 816 Love Avenue bid, and then rebid these other properties.
Tell me again what the Love Avenue went for, bid?
It's $50,000. The
That's
816 Love Avenue, that's the old.
at Water Building?
At Water Insurance.
Okay, all right. That's not a bad price.
That's,
No. You know, you can't go back with anything. It's in the floodway. I mean, you know. Sounds
that's
good
the
to me.
recommendation.
Larry, can I ask a question too?
Sure.
Just refresh my memory. When we put these properties up for bid, are they required to meet at least the appraised value? How do we determine, obviously that one went for more than appraised value. How does that work?
Well, if you look at the state law, and I spent a whole day in the express last night, so I have this.
So just, I guess that means, Rob, just chill for a little while.
He's gonna break me on mess this up.
Yeah.
He tried to teach me well this morning, which, again, I agree to disagree. But anyhow, if you look at state law when it comes to surplusing roads, then they have to be offered back to the adjacent property owners at fair market value. Now, fair market value is defined as what, sir?
What a willing buyer, you know, it's just an arm length transaction.
Okay.
But fair market value does not necessarily mean the appraised value.
Right, that's correct.
So, having said that, I think we can do better than the bids that we received on these properties. And, I would request that council allow us to rebid those properties that were in even remotely close to. the
So what we're in essence looking for then is something close to a fair market value? Is that what you're?
Something close to the appraised value.
Okay.
And,
You're both nodding your heads but saying different things.
You're looking for something close to the appraised value.
Okay.
Because fair market value is basically dictated by what it actually sells for.
Right.
But what, according to the statute, we have the right to reject any bids. And I think that you can continue to bid that property out, hopefully to get a price that you like.
Is
and then go ahead and
acceptable.
Sell it. It could be that ultimately you may never get something that you really like, but you may want to go ahead and sell it just to get it back on the tax records. So I think you just give it a couple of shots, see if you can't get a better price, and then each time you just make a decision whether or not you want to reject all the bids and we try again later.
Okay.
Maybe when you walk through for that.
So those bids are open until we reject them, at which point in time it would be rebid.
yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
But we're gonna vote to accept the Love Avenue, is that right?
That's staff recommendation, sir.
Yeah. So I need a motion on that?
That's-
Well, we're gonna do that Monday night.
We'll do
Of course-
that
of course we are.
Council.
Thank you. I did not sleep at the same hotel.
Item 8 there, the discussion of landmark market status, we went back and we have a policy on that now. However, having said that, Ms. Martin has done a ton of research, and there are absolutely hundreds of different types of markers, designs, colors. I mean, you can pick from hundreds of them. So what I'd like to do, Mayor, if you would, is ask you to appoint a committee to work with staff to come up with a standardized design that we can use for all of these historical locations. They may be a little larger or smaller depending on the amount of text that needs to go in it. But if we could standardize those, I think it would be in the best interest of the city. That way you don't have, a 4x8 marker over here and a 3x5 inch marker over here.
Where do most of those markers wind up going? They're usually on our main highways or our main streets.
Depends on the location that
Yeah.
the council wants to recognize.
It'll go on buildings, it'll go on, whatever types of things you designate.
Yeah.
Probably looking for continuity, but a place like Fullwood Garden Center, the explanation of why it's being designated that status is a little longer than something might be for another building or something. And that's why I think, we probably need to develop a little bit of a plan for those types. And when someone sees a marker, they'll know it's a City of Tifton marker, and they'll be more apt to stop and look at it and see what it's saying.
Okay.
Trying to brand it.
Your branding, that's good. Let me talk to each council member separately before do I need to make a decision tonight or can I wait till Monday night? I can do it Monday night.
But we can make the announcement at the council meeting if you.
Yeah, I if somebody's fixing to get busy for any reason, they may not want to be on it. If they do, that's fine. But if each one of y'all would send me an email, let me know how interested you are, if you got time to do it, and then I'll make a decision. If all four of you send me something, I'd appreciate it.
They're fairly expensive, so that's why it's just important that we get it right the first time.
Yes. And it is important. It's very important.
Any other questions?
The good news is there's a lot of interest in the landmark status. There are
Yes.
several organizations, like you mentioned, Fullwood Garden Center and the Tifton Museum of Arts and Heritage. So I think creating that was really a good thing to recognize our landmarks. So
It is. Ms. Rona, discussion in the September meeting. Thank you, Larry.
Yes, sir, our September meeting falls on the 7th, which is Labor Day weekend.
So we need to move the meeting. I would suggest either the 8th, which is that day after on that Tuesday,
Yeah.
or the 14th, which is the following Monday.
You wanna put it on the, where, the 14th? I'm trying to get my calendar over there.
Just
Okay.
a suggestion, whatever you all
Well, you
like.
don't want on the 7th.
I would really, if you can, I would really prefer the 8th, just because.
Oh, you wanna put it on Tuesday, the 8th?
The 14th gets close to our next workshop. So there's
Okay,
not much
is
time.
everybody okay with that?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
I tell you what, y'all gonna send us something out, I won't bother to put it in if y'all gonna send something out. Okay,
All right, thank you.
sounds good. Mr. Tony, we can make that decision in workshop, then.
Then we need to.
Okay, yeah, especially because that's the next meeting.
Uh,
All right, we have, sir. We have the item number 10, resolution providing for alcohol beverage license for Walmart stores on 1810 North Tift Avenue.
Yeah, so this is an application for wine and malt package retail for
Mhm.
the new Walmart grocery going in on North Fifth Avenue. Mr. John Diller, who lives in Enigma, is going to be the manager there.
Yep.
We've run the state and federal background on Mr. Diller, and he has no background, no negative background at all. Staff recommending approval.
That sounds really good, and that's, I tell you, we're happy to get any, development, but we're certainly happy on that side of town. Bubba, that's right across from you. It's gonna be a good thing, good thing. All right, so we'll have that. Now, I've got down here, we're supposed to do a call meeting for the resolution adopting accounting policies and procedures for submittal to the Department of Justice. So,
That is the item that we just discussed in the workshop. We have to
Yes.
meet that deadline.
that's right.
We really need to do this.
Okay, so I will call the meeting to order. And do you need to preface this any, Mr. Attorney? But we've already discussed it, so I can ask for a motion. Anyone wants to give a motion?
I make a motion to approve item number 11, the resolution adopting the accounting policies and procedure for submittal to the Department of Justice.
Second.
I got a motion in 2 seconds. That's good. All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Arnold, that's unanimous. Now, okay, these fellows that signed up, what, do we cover what they want? I mean, what's that all about?
They were just here for the bid. On compact.
Oh, okay,
See how
okay,
things went.
okay, okay. Well, unless, counsel, you have anything else, we stand adjourned. That's right. Mr. Arnold, y'all ever go get me a wastebasket up here? I look for that thing every time.